Today we're going to have a video on checking your valve clearances. I'm probably not going to adjust my valves, but I'm going to show you how to check the clearances. But I'll explain the steps into adjusting them. It's fairly straightforward, somewhat. But anyway, first thing you want to do, you're going to need to take the tank off, the seat. I've taken the rear subframe off. I'm doing some other work, just tightening up some things and whatnot after the build. I just want to make sure everything's tightened. So once you've got that done, also make sure the bike is cold. You definitely want a cold bike when you do this. You don't want it to be hot or warm or anything like that. But then once that's all figured out, you want to go ahead and set your motor to top dead center, which I've got another video. I'll probably put a link to that below. But you got to have it TDC, top dead center. The easiest way is if you have a stock cover, there's an inspection window there with a line. You line those up, you're at TDC. Another way to check it, if assuming you're timed correctly, are your dots will both be facing up, and then you'll have your other dot this way, facing that way. And then the last way to verify that you're top dead center, we're going to go ahead and move around to the other side here, is on the other side here, which is where we'll be mostly working, is your lobes of your cams. See if we can get these out of the way. There you go. We'll be facing outward that way and that way. So once you've got that, you're ready to start checking your valves. So we'll be right back. I'll show you what you need to do, and stay tuned. Okay, we're back. First thing you'll need is the actual tolerances, and you'll need to get that from your manual or manual online. Don't email me with questions about what's my valve clearance. I mean, basically all I'm going to do is what you would do is search the internet. I don't know all of them. They're all different. But once you've got that, you also need a feeler gauge. This is for valves here, and this is how you test your valves. See, you probably won't be able to get by with using a typical one. You'll need a one that's specifically made for valves. Now, my particular bike, the intake valves specs are 0.10 to 0.15 millimeter, and these are going to be over here. So I'm going to get that feeler gauge out. And what you want to do is you want to take it and fit it under the valve there. Now this one, unfortunately, the only one I have, oh there we go, that's a little too tight there. You want them to barely touch. So far we're looking good, because that was a 0.120, which was a little too big for that. And that's in millimeters. We need something a little smaller. There we go. Right here. There we go. And we do that for all three of them. The other one there, good there. And the last lobe, probably not going to be able to see that. But anyway, these are all good there on the intake side. Now the exhaust side, my particular bike is 0.17, 0.22 millimeters. So, get the other feeler gauge out and do the same thing. And if you could see, this one's going to be easier to see. That's perfect there. It's barely catching. See, I'm taking that feeler gauge and just going right under there. See the lobe there. And we've got our other one, which is right here. Same thing. Yeah, that one's absolutely perfect. And that's how you check your clearances. Kind of really hard to get this on video. Let me zoom in a bit. So you got the lobe there, and I'm simply taking this gauge in between the valve bucket and the cam lobe there and checking that. So that is all there is to checking them. Now, if by chance they are out of spec, what you want to do is you want to take these cam covers off, which I've got a video that shows you how to install cams. Take those off. There's a valve bucket there, which is just like a little bucket like it says, and you need shims to shim those up to where they need to be. Now shim, sorry about that noise. Here's a hot cam shim kit, and the shims, they go under the valve bucket, and there's various sizes. This is an actual kit. You can buy individual ones from your dealer, but you can see here, you know, they've got different sizes marked on them. So you would put those under the bucket. So if you're, you know, you're 0.10 off, then you would get, you know, the appropriate size shim for that. Put that under there. That's just a shim kit. So that's really it as far as checking your valve clearances. Once you've checked them, hopefully they're within spec, then you're done. Again, to adjust the cams, or the valve clearances, or rather, you're going to have to take the cam caps off, the caps here. You're going to have to pull the cams out, so you're going to want to make sure you don't lose your timing. You're going to have to undo your timing tensioner and whatnot, and you're going to have to pull the cams off and take the buckets out, put those little shims under the buckets. Really wish I could show you, but I'm not going to take a motor that doesn't need it. I'm not going to take it apart and do that. There are other videos out there on YouTube, I believe. If not, let me know. Maybe I can put something together eventually, but for now, I don't want to take it apart. Just wanted to show you how to check the valve clearances. So hopefully that kind of gives you an understanding of how to do it. I know it's really hard to capture the video inside the bike like this. It's very difficult. I'm very, very close to the bike. I'm still not getting a real good view there. So there you have it. Please feel free to post any questions or comments, and subscribe. As always, thanks for watching.